Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at Blade in the Labyrinth of Legends. I plan to do my second run very soon, and I've been told that some people like to use the suicide masteries for Blade, so I wanted to see for myself. Luckily I had the masteries already unlocked because the first path I did in Labyrinth of Legends I used Angela at the time, and she is perfect for full suicides. But I was unsure about Blade, so this video is going to focus on two things. The first video against Red Hulk will focus on no suicides, and the second one will have full suicides. I'll talk about my mastery setup and my thoughts on both the suicides and no suicides options, and you can decide for yourself on which is best for you if you have Blade or if you plan to get Blade and do the Labyrinth of Legends in the future. So let's get started. So as you can see, the fight against the Red Hulk in the Labyrinth of Legends is already going on. So let's dive into the masteries. First we'll look at the basic masteries. That's basically the masteries that most people know about. So, you know, parry, dexterity, precision, and cruelty. I'm not really going to go into them because at this point of the game, if you're going up against the Labyrinth of Legends, you probably know pretty much your standard setup for masteries. The next ones are set up for attack. Since I was not running suicides, I want to do as much attack as possible. So obviously we have deep wounds to start. I had 4 for 5 in this video, but recently I upgraded to 5 for 5. Deep wounds, in my opinion, is a must-have for Blade. He bleeds so much with his SP1 and SP2. The Deep Wounds mastery will extend the duration of the bleeds, and also has the ability to cause some strike down damage as well. Next we have the Assassin mastery. I had 4 for 5 in this video. I now have 5 for 5. Again, I really like this mastery. When the opponent gets low in health, around 18%, your attack rating really increases. So you start doing a lot more damage towards the end. And since these opponents become stun resistant pretty quickly, it's nice to be able to finish them off quicker when they get down low in health. I wouldn't say it's a necessity to bring into the Labyrinth of Legends, you know, if you're trying to save some units, but it'll certainly help you. Next we have Glass Cannon. Glass Cannon also increases your attack, not by too much, but you know, everything helps. It will reduce your health just a little bit, but not too much. Next we have Courage. I actually find Courage is a mastery that is not utilized as much as it could be. Basically when you are 50%, when you're down to 50% or less in health, your attack will also increase. It can go up to 20% if you have it full. So, you know, Glass Cannon, Courage, Assassin, all together can really help your attack. Next we have Willpower. I always throw 1 point into Willpower at least, just in case you go up against opponents that, you know, might poison you or so forth. You know, just to give you a little bit of a health bonus. I wouldn't put 2 or 3 points into it, it'd be kind of a waste. I also focused on Stupefy. You know, try to max it out or get close to it. I know that the opponents will become stun immune, but trying to take advantage of longer stuns for as long as you can when you get in trouble. And you know, if you cannot parry them and you can intercept more, even better, and just use your parrying for emergencies. So my initial thoughts on running no suicides. First, you're going to save a lot of units if you do not have the suicide masteries already unlocked. Unlocking these suicide masteries is quite expensive. It takes a lot of units to buy the cores in order to open up each stage. So either you're going to have to start saving and grinding in arenas to make units, or you can take out your credit card and buy the masteries. That's totally up to you and how you'd want to do that. But running no suicides, you wouldn't have to do either. Second is running no suicides, you don't do as much damage. So there's going to be more hits, and with more hits means more chance that you might get hit yourself. And finally, it's worry-free. And when I say it's worry-free, I basically mean when you're running suicides, you have something called recoil. Every time you use a special, you lose 5% of your health. Blade really focuses on his cycling of SP1s and SP2s, so you're going to be losing a lot of health pretty quickly. We do know that Blade can regenerate, but you're going to have to step back and block and regenerate, step back, block and regenerate after a few specials. So running with no specials, yes, it'll take a little longer for the hit count, but you won't have to worry about that. You won't lose your flow. And basically, you know, you don't have to think about healing yourself up unless, of course, you get in trouble. So that's the look at the no suicides. And we're going to be moving on to the full suicides here in just a moment. We'll just let this battle finish out. As you can see, you do a lot more damage in the end with the assassin. Okay, 445 hits. It took about 6 minutes and some change to finish him off with a R5. So next we'll be looking at the fight against Red Hulk running full suicides. Again, we'll dive into the masteries, the basic ones which we talked about before. Parry, dexterity, cruelty, precision, and so forth. Then we move into the deep wounds once again, try to have that as max as you possibly can. Assassin for me, I really enjoy Assassin. Not for everybody, but I try to have that as high as possible. Glass cannon for attack. Then we move into the actual suicides. First we have Liquid Courage. This was 3 for 3. Maxed out. Basically it causes a 30% attack increase, but it also causes a poison that is applied to you throughout the fight. Next we have Double Edge. Double Edge also includes 30% as it's maxed out 3x3. So that's a total of 60%. With the two suicides, Liquid and Double Edge. Now Double Edge causes bleed. At 3 points, I believe it lasts for 16 seconds, so it doesn't last a full fight. Again, I put some points into Courage, because if you get down below 50%, that increases your attack. I put some points into Stupefy to help increase the stuns while they're there. And I also put more points into Willpower, and I do that because I find that it helps heal you a little bit from your poison and bleed damage that you're taking from the suicides. Now, I didn't play as well in this match, a little bit off. I find the recoil damage, 5%, is really annoying, to be honest with you. I keep on looking at the health bar, and it kind of throws me off my game. So that kind of brings me into the thought process of running full suicides. As I mentioned before, they are pricey. If you don't have them unlocked, it's going to cost you a lot to get them done. Next, I want to talk about the recoil and the rhythm. I found in the first fight, without the suicides, and not having to worry about the recoil, 5% loss of health, it flowed much better for me. I found losing 5% every time I did a special, I had to keep on looking at my bar and then try to heal up and block, and I just kind of lost my flow. And it made me get hit a few times, and it made me make some mistakes that I probably wouldn't have done normally. The third thing I want to talk about is the time. Surprisingly enough, even though full suicides finishes the fight in 347 hits, that's a lot less than the no suicides, which is 445. The time was almost the same, maybe 15 seconds difference, 20 seconds difference. And to me, it's because you got to keep on going back and block and heal up from the recoil damage. So though you might take them out faster hit-wise, I found that the time is pretty much the same. Now, I don't think suicides are useless. I think they're actually pretty good in some cases. Going up against champs such as Abomination or Agent Venom, they put debuffs on you such as poison, and you want to have a high power bar if you're going to be using Blade, because the higher the power bar with Blade, the more chances are you're going to shrug off that debuff very quickly. So in fights like Abomination, you won't be using your specials, you'll just be attacking straight out. So having suicides in this case is actually a pretty good idea, because it'll actually shorten the fight quite a lot, because you won't be using any of your specials for recoil damage, and you're just going to be going in and attacking with your regular hits. So in those scenarios, I think it would be a good idea. Would I go in without suicides unlocked and unlock them just for that? Probably not. But since I had the suicides unlocked anyway when I was using Angela for the first run, you know, I can see when I get to the Abomination that I might go in, change my mastery settings just for that fight, and then continue on. So all in all, in my personal opinion, I think when I start doing my path 2, once I save up some more units, I won't be bringing in full suicides. I'll just be bringing in a high attack, deep wounds, assassin, courage, glass cannon, and so forth. I just found that the recoil damage was just too annoying, and it just threw me off too much. I will consider bringing in suicides for certain champs like I suggested, but yeah, in reality, I think suicides are nice for some champs. You know, and Angela is a perfect example. Gwenpool is pretty good because you often just spam her SP3 and do her armor breaks. And the recoil damage doesn't work on SP3s. I hear that's a bug, but it's a bug that's been going on for as long as I can remember. Doing Blade's SP3 isn't really worth it. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe, like, comment, and take care.
Target identified. Analysis complete. Please subscribe.